Hello, everybody. How are you doing? I'm going to wait a little bit for others to come in. How is my sound and video? I hope it's okay. Oops. My coffee mug stuck to my table. That's not good. But good morning, everybody, and happy Saturday. What's that? Okay, sorry about the birds. They're a little bit loud this morning. I'm not sure what's up, but Tommy's going to cover them for me here in a few minutes, so just waiting for him to come up. Sounds awesome. Thank you, Dwayne. Hello. I know, I don't know what their issue is. They were quiet all morning, and then I go live. I hit that live button. All of a sudden, they get loud. It's pretty funny. Let Heather know I sent her the link if she wants to join. So it's one of those mornings I found out that Kenny Rogers passed away. He was my all-time favorite country music singer. I was singing his songs before I could talk normal, if I can even still talk normal, but I love that man and his music. He was pretty awesome. And so it was a sad morning. Not exactly sure when he passed. They said Friday, but I'm not for sure which Friday it was. But thank you, everybody, for being here. I do have another guest. Hopefully, they will be able to make it. They're out and about at the moment shopping. So I'm hoping that they're able to get back in time before we end our live. But they have never, ever been on YouTube before or on a live, so this will be fun. I'm super excited about it. But I'm not going to tell you who it is unless they pop into the back room. But yeah, it's been an interesting week, that's for sure. How's everybody else's week so far? Make sure I sent out the... Okay, so the birds are covered, so I think we're good to go with that. They got instantly quiet. So how is everybody doing today so far? And welcome to everyone who has joined so far. I see 4 watching, and I think Tommy's one of them. But welcome to episode 12 of Mental Health Live Chat. And I'm going to drop the link into chat for anybody who would like to join. There we go. Gotta make sure I do that. Hello, little bunny foo-foo. Good morning. And again, I apologize for last night. I did not realize that you were a male, and I do apologize for that. But I do have it written down, so I'm pretty... It's one of those days. Last night was pretty fun, wasn't it? Hello, Derek. Hello, Sonia. Welcome. Gotta make sure I go through and add you as an admin, Jacob. So now you have a wrench, Jacob. Hi, Mama. Welcome. Now, my YouTube seems to be not showing my chat. So, okay, there we go. Much better. Had to refresh. Sometimes it can be silly. And so, now just waiting. I'm waiting. What would you guys like to talk about? Hello, Denise. Welcome. Oy, sorry about that. Yeah, Tommy knows how to throw a party, I'm telling you. Today is such a rough day. Hope they don't get worse. What are you talking about, Derek? Everything okay over there? I had to put some hand sanitizer on my hands. You all right, Derek? I dropped the link if you want to join. So again, for people who just joined, I'm waiting for a super duper awesome guest that's never been on YouTube before. Welcome back, Dwayne. Welcome back. It is a girl, and I'm super stoked. I'm hoping that she's able to join us. They are all grocery shopping at the moment. But she's never been on YouTube before, and she's going to share her story, and she's going to talk about how she found God and how he helped her. So I'm hoping that she comes pretty quick. Oh, so I'm hoping, let's keep our fingers crossed that she's able to join us. You know, with the kids and never leaving the house is getting cabin fever. Yeah, we just had an incident on our scanner page where a younger child, probably early teens, preteen, who has been, I mean, school's been out for, I don't even know. The 16th, I believe. So not the 9th or the 16th. I don't remember which one they did, but kids are already starting to lose their minds in our area. But it is what it is, and a little bit scary, but don't know the outcome of what happened with that situation because they only give you what they hear on the scanner. So hopefully everything will turn out all right. Kid probably needs to be good old-fashioned butt whooping, you know, acting a fool, being very, very naughty. But how is everybody else doing? Derek said, was supposed to do an auction tonight, but messed up on schedule, so I'm on next week. Hope people still have money. I'm sure they will. I mean, people are gonna, you know, at this point, people are just making sure that they have enough. So we'll just see what happens. Just keep your fingers crossed. And woo-sa, woo-sa. Sonny says, my kids are feeling the cabin fever to my 13-year-old is wanting to arrange a birthday party, and my 15-year-old wants to go to one. They don't really understand they cannot. Yeah, and that's the thing. You know, they might get mad, but it's for their own good. It's for their own good. Same old, same old. Sorry, I had to look at that for a minute because my eyes were a little bit bugging out on me. I suppose I should put my glasses on so I can see better, huh? So I have the two monitors set up, and sometimes it's better on this side with my one screen with the YouTube up, and then other times it's better when it's on StreamYard. So when one stops, the other one is still going. When the other one stops, the other one's going. It's weird. Parenting sucks. Yes, it does, but it's worth it in the end. It really is. Okay, that's fine. Just let her sleep. That's no big deal. It's no big deal. This just means that she needs it, which is Quite okay. Hello, Denise. Welcome, welcome. Much love, my friend. Denise Keynes came in. It's all good. It's no big deal. Denise C is always full of love and sharing and there for people. I really, really greatly appreciate her being here. She's like always here, which I greatly appreciate. Hello, Beth. Welcome, welcome. Good morning to you too. Yes, how are you feeling, Denise C? I will drop the link again for anybody who would like to join. I'm gonna keep checking my messenger for my guest. I have a question. It's a silly question, but okay, so I have two Denises in here. How strange or crazy is it when I have a high-pitched squeal? All right, hold on. Let me remove myself and come back. Is that better? What in the world? I don't know what happened. Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. All right, it's unmuted. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this, why it's acting up. Yeah, I kicked myself out, brought myself back in. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Is that better? Okay. Here it shows me back in. I apologize, everybody. It's a crazy, crazy. I don't know what's going on. I didn't do nothing. I swear. I just hit the live button. Yep, that's better. Okay. I had to refresh. Thank you, honey. Yep. I had to refresh, kick myself completely out of StreamYard, and let me know if it comes back, because then I'll end it and then start a new one. But I apologize for that. Hello, Crystal. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for stopping in. Okay, let me know if it happens again. Then what I'll do is I'll end this one, and then I will start a new one, and I'll restart my computer and then start a new stream. I'll call it Mental Health Chat Episode 12 Part 2. I apologize for that. I've never had that happen before. I'm not sure what happened. Might be my computer is being silly. But thank you for sticking in there. I just got a message from the person that will be coming on, or should be coming on. She just asked how long I'll be on for. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I do apologize for... Dwayne, you are so funny. Wow. I guess you were put in that corner, Dwayne. All right. All right, let's see if we can drop the link again. Because I don't know. I don't know if it dropped or not before with my computer acting up or my StreamYard acting up. Mama, Dwayne, what can I say? Wait, I may need some goodies from you. So yes, I love you bestest. No fighting now. You are all the bestesses. I don't even know if that's a word. What a day, what a day. Oh, Cheetos. I want Cheetos now. You had to say Cheetos. Thanks, Dwayne. So is there a specific topic you guys would like to talk about today? Let's see. Oh, okay. Well, it's a good word. I like that word. That's pretty cool. My mom made up that word. All right. I'm glad the squealing is gone. My kingdom for some Cheerios. Yeah, that we're not going to talk about that. Anything but that. That word. We're not going to talk about that part. Although I know that it's affecting some mental health stuff, but not here. Not that one. I don't want people to get worked up and be triggered. Yeah, that's a no talk about that zone here. That's awesome, Denise. It's just a sign of love between me and Mama. And now Dwayne. And now Dwayne. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I realized that StreamYard and YouTube are very much off by a lot. I'm not sure why. It's almost like a minute, it seems. Tommy, do you think I need to shut this down and redo it since it's almost like a minute in between the StreamYard and the YouTube? Do you think that would correct it? I don't know. It's crazy. I don't think I've ever had this many issues with StreamYard and YouTube being this far apart. Crazy. Oh, did we? I guess I didn't realize it was that far apart. I've been watching something and YouTube would just go off. Yeah, I don't know if maybe because there's so many people home now that the internet's is overloaded or what. Okay, hold on. There are a lot of people using the internet that don't normally do. You sound fine and you're pretty clear. Okay, cool. Just too many people on at the same time since no one is at work. I want to discuss quantum physics. The angular frequency is W is just the same characteristics. What, Dwayne? I have no idea what that means. Absolutely no clue what that means. I think it's because there are so many more people on YouTube now at the same time that the servers are probably super busy. All right. I mean, that's what everybody is starting to, or is thinking too. Oh, wait, you wanted mental health questions? And no. Yeah, I wanted mental health questions, not this stuff that you started talking about, because I have no idea what that is. None. You have no questions, huh, Dwayne? See, I'm not the only one that didn't understand what you wrote. Even Denise didn't know. Oh, well, Dwayne, I could explain that to you, but it'd take too long. That's funny. Oh, that is so funny. Oy. And Mama probably does know what that is and everything else. I just don't know. No idea. Then why did you write it? Where did you copy and paste that from? He said, hell, I didn't even understand what I wrote. So Denise says, how to stay mind strong when you're always in pain. Let's see. Do a lot of woosing. I'm not really sure. I try, like when my feet hurt, and they hurt a lot. Some days it's worse than others. And I know it's different than what everybody else goes through. But I try to push through it the best I can. And sometimes it really, really messes with my mental health. And a lot of times Tommy's pretty reassuring, and I'm looking for the words, supportive in it, and I mean, I have plates and screws and all that stuff in my feet. And so there are like shoes, 9 times out of 10, I can buy a pair of shoes and they don't help. So I just keep trying to push through it. I don't really know. I'm reading my Bible and praying, but still struggling. And that's a good thing. Reading the Bible is always a good thing. I'm just answering a message. I apologize. My wife is in constant pain. It is so hard to listen to the moans and groans. I feel helpless and useless to her. Just being there listening to her, I'm sure helps a whole lot. Because I know that Tommy probably gets the same thing when I'm complaining about my feet. And so, but he sticks it out. He's there. He listens. He tries to do what he can, but most of the time he can't do anything because it's my feet. So, but I like the reading the Bible and praying. Denise says, Robo, that's what my husband says. And that's the thing, a lot of times, us who struggle, just having somebody to listen, even though they don't know how to help us, just listening and being there is more than what we could ask for, because we're at least getting it out, speaking it so it's not trapped up here. Momo says, my mental health is affecting me because I can't walk. I do good to hobble to the bathroom with the help of my walker. So yes, it bothers my mental health. Yeah, and it does. I mean, I wish that my feet were much better than they were or what they are. I've had a lot of surgeries on my feet, and the healing process for that was crazy. I think one winter I was in a surgical boot and cast for most of it. And our winters are from October, November to March, April. So I was in a boot and in a cast the whole time. So it was very it was hard. All right, sorry about that. Hello. She was here and then she's gone. Let's see. I cry a lot, and sometimes that's the only way we can actually release things when we don't know how to help. And it doesn't make us weak. It makes us strong. Thanks for myself is going through a lot of pain with my shoulders at the moment. I'm finding getting enough sleep is a big key that can be hard when you're in pain. Yeah, sleep I hear helps too. I don't know if she might have went to go get coffee. She did just wake up, so she's probably getting some coffee. Yeah, sleep tends to help a lot too. If I didn't have all you friends, then I would go bonkers. Exactly, Mama. Exactly. Since I've been on YouTube, and that, I was doing good, and then I started spiraling down. But it was I think because I wasn't talking about what I should have been talking about, which is mental health. I was in, the face of the bargain effect for Tommy, going on interviews and stuff like that. He would prep me for it, but it wasn't me. And so I had a hard time trying to figure out what me was on YouTube. And because of all of you, I feel like I'm getting stronger. And I still have my bad days. I am not going to lie. I still have days where I struggle. But when I feel like that, I'll go into certain chats and stuff like that. And the people that I surround myself with on YouTube has helped me tremendous. And it's awesome. She says I don't understand her pain. Yeah, I mean, everybody, we can't pretend that we do if we don't, but just being there, and asking her what she needs may help. And then if she doesn't know how to express it to you, then just keep being there until she's able to. And I can't relate to Tommy's type of pain that he has. He's got his severe arthritis, and I can't relate to what he goes through on a constant basis. And so, I get frustrated with him just like he gets frustrated with me. He doesn't understand what I'm going through, and I can't understand what he's going through. So, but together, even though we get frustrated, there are times where all I need him to do is just sit there, and we'll lay on the couch, we'll watch a movie, and all I need him is to be close. A lot of times that's all I need. I don't need him to try to fix the problem. I don't need him to go and try to take care of a situation that triggered it. I just need him right there. And he doesn't even have to hold my hand. He doesn't have to touch me. He just sitting or laying right there next to me on the couch is all I really need. And sometimes it's hard to tell him that. And sometimes it's like, can you just cuddle with me? And he's like, I can't, I got to work. I'm like, fine, and does it bother me? A lot of times it does, but I also understand that he needs to work, and it's not all about me. It's about what he needs to do as well. And this is just talking on me personally. This isn't anybody else out there. It's just stuff that I feel inside that I struggle with. And I'm hoping that, maybe it'll help somebody else. Hello, you're muted.
My apologies. I just woke up.
You are perfectly fine.
And I'm trying to get off my Ambien, and could not fall asleep with the trazodone. So at 4 I took Ambien and finally fell asleep at 5 this morning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I told Wayne, if you needed your sleep, it's okay. You could sleep. You don't have to rush or anything.
Oh, no. I woke up and then I'm like, oh yeah, the show. So anyway, here I am. Dwayne's making coffee. So.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm just going through some of the chat now.
Oh, fantastic. Isn't the world of medication just miserable?
Yes, very much so. I do not like mine at all. Crystal says, I struggle with that too, Beth. Jake is in pain all the time. He used to be so active in martial arts and football, and now he has trouble walking for too long. Yeah, it's heartbreaking. It really is. See, with Tommy too, he was a mechanic. He was able to do all these things, and then he was diagnosed with severe degenerative psoriatic arthritis. So he can't work on vehicles like he used to. He can't do a lot of the things that he used to. And yes, honey, I'm throwing you under the bus, and I apologize, but hey, so, and then I try to be understanding. I try to be there for him as much as he is there for me. But he gets frustrated. I can see it.
We're talking about Toby Keith, I'm not as good as I once was.
Something like that, yeah.
Dwayne, yeah, there's things, like I said, with working on cars, that, he can't, be, between his weight and whichever joints it is that are paining him, he can't do the stuff he used to do.
Yeah.
And when you're in your 20s, you think you're going to be in your 20s forever. They don't last very long.
No, it doesn't.
One of my greatest questions, you hear about how supposedly mankind is going to be able to live to be like 130 or, some age like that someday. And my question is, why?
Right?
If you could prolong my 20s, not my emotional health in my 20s, but my physical health in my 20s, if you could prolong that for about, 40, 60 years.
We'd have it good.
But my kids, I've got two in their 20s, plus, my daughter-in-law, my daughter's boyfriend, and soon my youngest son in just a few months, all in their 20s, all thinking they're invincible. I remember that. Isn't that just a cruel reality?
Very much so. Very much so. So the question that was asked was how to stay mind strong when you're always in pain.
Oh, I have dealt with my fibro. Yeah. I don't. When I'm having a fibro flare up, I just don't feel mind strong. I wish I had an answer.
Yeah, we can tell you our experiences on what has helped us and what doesn't help us, but everybody is different. They really are. And, for me, it helps just to have, like I said, Tommy near me. Doesn't take away the pain, but it helps me to be able to like breathe through it, and get through it the best that I can. And so, and Sonia said, yep, that is a really good point. Being around people who understand how you feel and where you can express yourself without judgment, for sure. And here we are. Denise C says, I've made so many friends on YouTube. I've always been very social, and being homebound really got to me. It was such a blessing to finally be back in a social environment. It's awesome. Yeah, that's one thing I can say about YouTube as well. I don't know about you, Heather. I know that for me personally, when I was younger, before my mental health got bad, I was very social. I knew everybody in my high school, their first name, their last name, this and that. And when I graduated, I was able to, say, hey, I've got so many people in my class, and I know them first and last name, and I know something about them. Now, because of my mental health, don't ask.
A lot of it, for what it was for me, because since you and I talked before last week's show, even, I've been giving thought to the whole social isolation, and I've been doing that since before it was cool. I think so. My experience, I went to several schools, and in one area I went to one junior high and 3 high schools in one county. And then and I had jobs working with the public. So when Dwayne and I bought our first house, between the two of us, we'd gone to high school with half the people in that neighborhood, because it was considered as a starter neighborhood. Our house was brand new.
Mhm.
And I could tell you about everyone and their business on our whole street, not be in a gossiping way so much, but just a getting out there and talking with people. And then as life has happened, and now we've been on this street for 3 years, I know a couple of people, but I have a reason behind it. The longer it takes you to get to know your neighbors, the longer it is until you hate them. You see, there is logic behind this. But when I stopped being as social and trying to put myself out there for school, church, community, making friends, all that,
Mhm.
I just realized that the judgment was gone. The less I am around people, the less judgment I have to deal with. And I'm not talking any super special judgment. I'm just talking about the everyday BS that for some reason as humans we put each other through. And even on my Facebook page, I put a meme about that unless you're a 50% bitch, you can't be my friend. And that is that's so true. It is so true. So,
Oh,
um, but no, and I don't even have any like big heartbreaking story. It was just collectively the garbage the people fling at each other.
yeah.
I I lost my ability. Okay, how do I put this? When I was younger, my craving for social interaction was greater than I guess the consequences I felt from putting up with people's crap. And then that changed. And in a way, it was gradually, but in another way, it happened in just a blink of an eye. And now I'm not social. I don't know anybody in this town. And been here 3 years. I'm lucky if I can find my way back home whenever I leave the house. I have to Google map my way home. I'm getting better.
That's what's gonna happen to me when we move.
But we've been in the other area for many, many years, and I could tell you how to get anywhere. But no, I think for me, what kind of finished it all off is we had moved one more time, except for an 11-year span that we owned our first house. I've moved every 2 to 3 years my whole life. And I went to 10 schools. But so that's, like I said, if you average it, it's every 2 to 3
Right.
years. But anyway, I had a friend die. And like I said, in the blink of an eye, everything changed. And I don't know, part of me just left. That desire to bring people into my life, it just left.
Yeah.
And it's never come back.
I lost my best friend in high school between junior and senior year. And yeah, it was hard. It was really, really hard. It was I couldn't even go to his funeral because it didn't seem real. Because I'd just seen him a couple days before he was at my house. And he so it didn't feel real to me. And I thought everybody was lying. And my dad's the one that pulled him out of the car. He was killed in a car accident right down the road from our house. And to this day, it actually took me 5 years to go to his grave. And then I won't go down the road that he passed away on. I can't.
My brother's best friend um, died. I was a sophomore. My brother, and his friend was a senior. I am still friends with the friend's girlfriend. It's been over 30 years.
Wow.
But yeah, my brother and my friend have never been the same since he died of cancer.
Oh,
And
wow.
so teenagers, and um, having an impact like that as a teenager, it completely changes who you become as a person.
Yeah. Yeah, we had in school, we had a girl named Holly. Holly Waring was her name. And in our freshman year, she got real sick. Nobody knew what was going on. They just knew that she was really sick. By our sophomore year, she was in my grade, sophomore year, they had a school assembly explaining to us that she had cancer. And then our between our sophomore and junior year, she passed away from it. And so the whole school, it changed the environment of the school. I mean, people who didn't get along beforehand got along. They helped each other. I mean, um, it was a sad situation, but at the same time, it helped us grow as children, um, to better understand and help others. You know, I mean, we still had our group that were the bullies that didn't care about anything but bullying people, but the rest of the school, I mean, it was you could feel and see a big change, and the environment was so totally different once everybody found out. You know, so it was a good thing, but a bad thing all at one time.
And we weren't at the same high school. We'd moved once again. But the funeral, that was one of the biggest funerals I've ever been to, because his parents were very well established in the town they lived in,
Hmm.
and half the high school was there. It was a big funeral, and but no, it's I don't know, the things you carry with you.
Hmm.
There's I truly believe that there are things that we're not required to get over in this life. You get used to it, but I don't think you have to get over it.
Right. You
And
can, it's like the saying, you can forgive, but you don't have to forget.
yeah, I'd say it goes. You can put it on that same scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mama said, my husband used to just put his hand on my leg or pat my shoulder, and that meant the world to me. Tommy gives me a kiss right here on my forehead. And when he does that, I like completely like feel safe. I don't know what it is. What does Dwayne do for you that makes you feel safe and means the world to you?
So, like an unspoken thing.
Yeah.
Um, if he comes up behind me, walks up behind me, without giving it any thought, I just automatically tilt my head because he'll kiss my neck.
Aw, that's awesome. How about anybody in chat? Do you have a significant other that does something that's unspoken that you just it makes you feel safe and good, about the situation that you're in, or just everyday stuff? Um,
Yeah, I think most couples, especially if they've been together a long time, have some little uh, things that they do. It could be
mhm.
stuff that they don't even think about. Um,
Denise says that you look beautiful today. I'm going through chat and catching up here.
and,
Um, Beth says, Heather, do you get, I don't know what that word is, amnesia? Is that
um,
from the medication?
where I'm looking for the.
I have it up on the screen.
Let's see here. Let me refresh my screen. Oh, okay. And thank you, Denise, very much. I just saw that. Okay, refreshing my YouTube. Oh, I don't know what that is either. I just saw that for a flash, and now my YouTube's refreshing. Here, this will help.
Good earlier. I was like,
oh, ambionesia. Okay, I'm with you. I have said some funny things when I'm asleep. But I don't know. My memory is crap, and I don't know if it's the Ambien, if it's the antipsychotic, if it's I think it's more than just because I'm pushing 50. But and then of course I have my greatest fear, which is that my mother's got dementia. So, no reason to have anxiety there. So, but no, my memory is crap. Oh yeah, I was wondering if Dwayne was going to say it. So one morning, one morning he cuddled up with me. I have no memory of this. He cuddled up with me, and I asked him if we'd had sex. And so yeah, when he told me, I laughed. I told my therapist about it, and she laughed too.
I don't know. I've never been on this medication, so I'm not sure. But Mama said that Ambien is a nightmare.
And for me, it works really well, unfortunately, in some ways, because then I keep taking in, and you're not supposed to take a long term. They're wondering if it contributes to dementia. I studied up on it. It's kind of the chicken or the egg. Is it the amnesia leads to dementia, or is it just that people with dementia tend to take Ambien? So.
That said, the stuff that she did while on Ambien, oh my Lord. Oh boy. I don't know if I ever want to take that stuff. The stories are a little scary. And Beth also said she gained 40 pounds on trazodone. I think Tommy was on that at one time. But it didn't do nothing for him. The medication that they put him on, he's going on 3 or 4 years. Correct me here, Tommy. I don't remember how many years you've been diagnosed with your arthritis, your form of arthritis. But I know that once he started taking medication, because he had a chemo methotrexate that he had to take. And when he started taking that, like, he would get really sick, but he started gaining weight on the combination of medications that he had just for his arthritis. And trazodone was one of those medications that they gave him that they told him he had to take. And maybe that's one of the meds that triggered his weight gain.
Not saying it didn't happen, certainly. I just I don't think trazodone is one that's weight gain is one of their top side effects. I put on so much weight, with my medications in a rather short time that, yeah, that's another reason life isn't what it used to be.
Right. Sonia says that's something I struggle with doing work on the farm. I have to get so much more help now, even getting things out of the microwave. Ooh. And I think, now I don't know if I passed her or not, but I think Sonia said that she was diagnosed with fibromyalgia and something else, but I'm trying to find that particular post and I can't find it at the moment. Dwayne said that pain is the worst. Tommy says it's very frustrating that he can't do the things that he used to be able to do. Beth, yes, rest in peace, Kenny Rogers. I cried when I thought it was a spook, so I looked it up, and he has passed away. He passed away. I'm not exactly sure if it was this past or yesterday or the week before.
I'm refreshing once again. I didn't know Kenny Rogers is gone, huh?
I cried. I was singing his
Wow.
songs before I could actually talk when I was little. I would run around the house singing his songs word for word, yet I couldn't talk to save my life.
The Gambler soundtrack?
Lady was the #1 song that I used to run around singing.
And
Tommy and I's wedding dance song is You Decorate My Life by Kenny Rogers.
wow.
Yeah.
The World Without Kenny Rogers. Huh.
Right?
What got him?
Natural causes, they're saying.
I'm Googling it right now.
All right. Mama says, oh, go ahead.
Oh, it was so bizarre what he did with his face changes. That was just creepy.
Yeah.
And completely unnecessary. People get older. Everybody knew his face. He didn't need to change it.
No, I loved when he was bigger. When he was bigger weight wise.
He was just more of a teddy bear of a guy for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my favorite. And so that during those years that he was that big was like my all-time favorite. And I was little. I was like 2 years old running around singing Lady and all this other, all his other songs and that. And I was so excited when I was little. I'd tell people to be quiet because Kenny Rogers was on.
And I liked Coward of the County. That was a song.
I just watched that movie not too long ago. I didn't even know it was a movie. I knew it was a song, but I didn't know it was a movie.
You never saw? Oh my gosh, how funny! You didn't.
I wasn't a TV person for a very long time, so I love music. So everything, I'm learning that there's a whole bunch of music that I know that were actually in songs.
Well, I guess too. When did the movie come out? Because were you even alive when the movie came out? I'm looking it up.
I don't think so.
Because I remember when it came out.
I was born in 1980, so
1980 was a good year. I remember 1980.
Yeah, I was early. I was a preemie. I was 3 months early. I came out in February, so the beginning of 1980.
And okay, Coward of the County came out in 81. So
Okay,
you were a year old.
Yep. Yeah. But we didn't watch a lot of TV. It was more music. My family was very much into music, and I really loved music. And so I don't remember really watching TV other than commercials. I was a commercial baby. I would not watch TV programs. I would watch the commercials.
My parents did not like rock music.
Oh.
I'm a youngest child. They were ancient. And I won't say what my dad had to say about it because it's a racial slur. But my mother was convinced that rock music was from Satan.
Yeah. Many people.
And my children, I have teased them that their fathers and I liked our music harder, louder, faster than their music. And my daughter said, yeah, your hearing shows it.
That's funny.
I went to so many concerts when I was young because they were affordable.
I've only been to a couple concerts. I've been to Uncle Cracker. I was at a Mark Wills concert. I was at a Rod Zombie concert.
Oh,
I was much older. And That's
Oh, you told us about the Rob Zombie one. I remember you talking about it. Yeah, that you saw him.
Yeah, he was
Like
standing
a
right behind
foot.
me, and I looked up and said, "Damn, you are tall." And he picked on me back and said, "Damn, you're short." So, oh, my camera. Sorry, everybody. I went out of focus really bad. I apologize. Mama said that she had hallucinations of spiders.
On Ambien?
Yeah.
Oh well, nope. Like I said, I don't have any bad side effects, which it's like, dang it, it works for me. I tried the Lunesta, and it was $100 out of pocket, and it only worked okay. And if I'm going to be paying $100 for medication, okay is not enough. It's got to be fabulous.
Yeah, I don't want to take anything that's going to make me hallucinate. Not in the no, not at all.
I don't know. It depends on if it's a good or bad trip, I guess.
True that. Crystal says, I feel bad because he is a child and should be able to run and play and he can't. I agree. You know, it's got to be hard for him. But I'm sure that, you know, you being there for him and doing what you can for him is the best thing that he could ever ask for, regardless of the situation. Mamas are special. Mamas deal with a lot of stuff, and we have the magic power to make everything okay. Even if it's not okay, it's still in our children's minds, it's magic. So, and you're an awesome person, and just remember that. Denise C says, dealing with my own pain days in and out, day in and day out, if I could learn to read. I still have to take care of Alvin. Taking care of him intensifies my pain, but he needs me, and I'm the only caregiver for him. Loving him outweighs all. Very much so. Very much so. Give you mad props, girl. Mad props.
Yeah. My stepfather takes care of my mother, and we're wondering how long he's going to be able to do that for. And yeah, that's what Dwayne and I. That's one of our regular topics. I didn't sign up for this.
Right? It is complete BS that we have to get old and fragile as we age. Who negotiated this contract? Yeah, I'd like to know that as well.
You know, it's been kind of wild watching his dad get old. Because Dwayne's dad is in his early 70s, and he's not the badass he once was. And that's another thing about my dad and his three brothers. I remember many years ago when they thought they were so cool that they were going to take over the world, and now they're all dead.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's like, well, I guess that didn't work.
Right? Wow.
One of his brothers was a very kind man, the youngest one, but the other three, including my dad, they were rather full of themselves. And, well, reality catches up with you, no matter what you think, right?
Yeah, for sure. FYI, YouTube is not broadcasting lives in the feeds. I wonder why. Oh, probably because of so many people going live at the same time. Maybe that's why it is. Good. Hello, by the way. Welcome, Dee. Okay.
So what's going on?
I guess YouTube is not broadcasting lives in the news feeds.
They stopped doing that today then? Because they have been.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Huh.
Do you have more information, because that's really interesting to find out about. Sonia says, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia in my 20s. A lot of it for me was just to push through, but my kids were young, so I didn't have much of a choice. Now they're older, it can be difficult. So are you saying that when your kids were little, you were able to do it, and now that you don't have to run around and take care of them, it kind of caught up to you? Is that what you're meaning? Now that they can pretty much take care of themselves?
Yeah, there's definitely pre-fibro Heather and post-fibro Heather.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like in my life I've been two different people because of it.
That's the thing, I wish I could be the person I was before my mental health stuff kicked in, before I went through all the stuff that I went through, because I feel like I was a much better person then. Now I feel like a burden, and I feel like I'm not able to give my all, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think more people would like me better before my mental health than my mental health now. I mean, but that's just my opinion, I know we are our worst critics,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
but I mean,
Yeah, like I've said, my fibro took everything that was wrong with me and made it a bazillion times worse, including my mental health. And you name it, whatever was wrong with me before just got a whole lot worse.
yeah, it
But
intensified.
um, but as far as um, I'd like to say I'm a better person now. I'd like to say I've learned and I've grown, and that I have a greater understanding. Not saying I have a great understanding of the world, but better than what it was. I, when your children become adults and they become their own people, and you no longer have to be responsible for them, but then you see the choices that they make that you have no control over, and it's just your job to listen. Um, it is pretty wild how the role as a mother changes over the years.
Right. Okay, so he says the stream is not showing in the feed. I had to search for it. Okay, I just pulled up my YouTube. I'll show you. Okay, and I'm gonna refresh it.
Yeah, I got to refresh mine.
And the only thing that shows that's live is anything that has to do with the White House and this epidemic that's going on. Nothing else is showing live.
Oh, so
They're showing you, like they showed you that people are going to be going live, but there's absolutely no lives that you can see unless it's news related. So
interesting.
yeah. That is really strange.
Because I'm watching it here on my YouTube, but I
Did you
don't
go
know.
to the main YouTube page?
Do what?
The main YouTube page, like when you sign into YouTube, where it's got all the suggestions and recommended.
Yeah, here, let me
That,
go.
I think what she's
That.
talking about.
Okay, I'm bringing that up now. Hopefully everything stays muted.
And then your notifications, it's showing, like for me personally, it's showing people who have gone live.
So yeah, I'm seeing the coronavirus being discussed is live on a couple of different platforms, channels. Is it channel? Yeah, the YouTube channel. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just seeing two things that say live.
So my everything refreshed. I apologize. So now I got to try to find where we were at, so that I'm not forgetting anybody. Let's see. Okay.
Yeah, fibro is no joke. It grabs you and doesn't let go. That is so very true. Yeah.
My favorite, like a good neighbor, stay over there to the State Farm tune. Dwayne. Oh Lord. Now everybody or where I'm at here is they're talking about their scales. My scales began laughing at me, so I stopped weighing myself. Sonia says, yes, I understand that one with neighbors. Been living here for 12 years. One of my neighbors just won't leave us alone. Our neighbors moved. Both.
What won't leave them alone in what way?
Yeah, let us know. But the people on the corner are troublemaker neighbors that we just, no matter what we did to stay away from them, they were constantly trouble. They completely moved out. The lady that was on this side with her girls, they moved out, sold their house, and a gentleman's going to be moving in there, an older gentleman who likes to drink beer. So you'll probably see him a lot with Tommy once he was able to move in. And then we just have a couple other houses that I wish that these people would move so that we have a really, really good neighbor or good neighborhood. But so far it's improving and I'm happy about that. Just saying.
We live in a dead-end street. The high school is above us, and then a little bit busier road right below us. But it's not really like the feeling of being a neighborhood. It's just the street. And people, we were the first people to move in like 20 years because younger people bought their parents' house or their neighbor's house. You know, they didn't leave the street.
Oh, wow.
And, people seem to be comfortable with who they are. And that was one of the reasons why we're like, okay, we can live on this street. And I've had neighbors on both sides of me apologize for like their driveways, you know, and I'm like, I don't worry about your guys' properties. Don't worry, you know, no judgment, not my problem. I'm not going to worry about it.
Right. One thing I'm so thankful for with the people moving on the corner is this spring, I don't have to check between their house and our house for drugs.
Hey, very good.
People do not understand how stressful that is. So when that stress is gone, how happy I am for that. It took the landlord over there, it took him 3 months to clean that house out and get it back up to where
it was meth.
So bad. It was so bad. The smell from the stuff that he brought out of that house was, when it filters over into your own property, it's like, oh, that's bad. That is bad.
Yeah, was it from meth?
I don't know what it was. I just know it stunk and it was gross. Things were dirty, disgusting. It was just, I don't know. But I know there was drugs there, a lot of drugs. But I don't know exactly what were over there. So I just know that I'm glad that it's gone. I'm glad they're gone. I'm glad all that stuff is gone.
I'd say the average age, well, the original people on the street, they're like in their 60s. There's a couple of rental houses. One did have a meth cooker at the top of the street before we moved in, but I've heard the stories. But aside from that, I don't think I don't think there's anything major. If anybody's got weed, they're not sharing it with me. So
it's not fair.
I know, right? Yeah, because you know, find out someone's cooking meth, you call the police. You find out someone's smoking weed, you show up with a pizza.
Don't you love how that works?
Yeah.
Your husband says, "Mama," my scales say, oh, get off, so I quit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Denise C says she gave away her scales a long time ago. We actually have a scale. We didn't own a scale for a very long time. Let me tell you, I do not like our scale. It's a liar.
I don't get on my scale. Have I ever shown you a picture of me and Dwayne when we got married?
I'm not sure.
because I have a picture, a framed picture on the dresser in my bedroom.
Oh, show it.
Okay, I'm gonna get me some coffee. I'll be right back in 2 seconds.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so Momo says best way I found to weigh is to lay on my back and place the scale on my feet in the air. Hey, I like that idea. I love that idea. Okay, Sonia says, I can understand that half of me wants to be around people and the other half of me does not want to put up with their crap. I have too much going on in my own house to deal with small world problems. Yep, agree. And the thing is too is the people that were on the corner used to trigger me so bad. I couldn't even tell you what it was about them other than they were druggies that would set me off. And Tommy would always be like, why are you letting them get to you? I couldn't explain it. They just drove me nuts. And now, since they moved, it's woosa, happy time. Let's see. All right, let's see. I'm trying to catch up here as fast as I can, everybody.
Dwayne made some powerful coffee, man. Whew, he wanted to make sure we woke up.
I'm happy to sit down and help somebody through their problems, but when it's the same thing 4 years, becomes so negative, it can be toxic. Exactly.
I have people in my life that like to emotionally dump on me.
Yeah.
And the other day, I thought, I'm only going to answer my phone or respond to texts if my oldest sister gets a hold of me. And she did. And I was like, so glad. Because she and I can share without draining each other.
Right.
And we can make each other laugh harder than anybody else. And because we get laughing over the dumbest things that like nobody else would even understand why we think it's funny.
And that's how it is with my siblings too. I mean, I didn't know. I grew up with 2 of my brothers, 2 out of 3 brothers, and I have 2 sisters. So I only grew up with 2 brothers. So I had no idea that I had 2 sisters and another brother. And for years, I prayed that I had a sister because my brothers drove me nuts. But I think that's what brothers are supposed to do, And then
I agree.
Sisters, I was so happy, but so mad because nobody told me. I was told they were my cousins.
That's not dysfunctional at all.
At all. Exactly. At all. So here I'm growing up thinking I have cousins, but no sisters. And I really wanted a sister. I was begging for one sister, just one. And I found out I was blessed with 2. And so it was crazy when I found out I had sisters because I was like, that is so not fair. Because all my friends that I hung out with, they had sisters and brothers. And here I am. I have 2 brothers. I was the only girl, and it was very frustrating.
That's my daughter. But see, God sent me one girl for a reason because that's all I can handle. I couldn't handle more.
Yeah, I'm really glad that I only have Jasmine and I only have Joseph. Although I wanted more children, I could barely deal with the chaos that are my children as of now. So I love my kids. I love my kids very much, but they drive me nuts.
I can't remember who I was talking to. It was a reseller, and she said she had 1 child, and I told her I had 3, and she said that she could never handle 3, and I agreed with her that I can't either, and yet I had them. You can tell by their behavior as children that they had a mother that couldn't handle 3 kids because they ran wild. So I have my picture of me and Dwayne.
All right, we gotta say that one, and let me make you big. All right.
This is January 1998.
Oh wow!
I was 25. Dwayne had just turned 27 that same month. And I was 13 weeks pregnant with my second child. You know, I'm keeping it classy here. So my oldest son ran around like a complete dork through the whole wedding, and I ignored him. And I was like, I don't know who that kid belongs to. And because he just ran like a madman. And I didn't know it until after, but because my sister had rotated the wedding cake, but he had put a gouge with his finger in the side of the wedding cake. And it's a 2-story building, and he was sliding down the stairs on his stomach head first and run up again and do it again. And
wow.
Oh.
Okay, Crystal says there was a wave of drugs and gang violence that hit my middle school. I lost 7 classmates in 2 years. I remember going to a school dance and we all cried, hugging each other there. You know, and that's crazy.
Where does she live?
She lives in Vegas right now, but I don't know where. I don't think that's where she went to middle school. Okay, so we have an answer to the question of what does our spouse do to make us happy unspokenly? And Denise C says, Alvin kisses me on my forehead as well. It's the best. All right.
Dwayne and I are about the same height. So not that he couldn't kiss me on the forehead, but I'd have to bend my head down so he could kiss me on the forehead. Because Dwayne's not real tall.
Mama, you better not delete that photo, the screenshot that you took.
What?
Mama asked if it's okay if she screenshotted the picture, or that she screenshotted the picture that you were holding of you and Dwayne. And Dwayne's saying that, no, gotta take it down. Nope, not okay.
That's fine.
Don't listen to him. He likes to be
It's fine. Hey, see, look at this. That dress is a size 4. Okay, anyone can see that.
I remember being a size 4.
And because I always lost weight in the beginning of my pregnancies because I was so sick, and then I put quite a bit of weight on, but that wasn't anything compared to what I weigh now. And I got back down between each pregnancy.
Yeah, I did not.
And then life kicked in. Yeah, and then fibro kicked in, and I put a whole lot of weight on.
Yeah.
And life hasn't been the same. The thing is that makes me frustrated is I feel like if you were to look at me, you'd think I have an unhealthy relationship with food, and I don't. I don't overeat. I don't undereat. I exercise, and yet I am very overweight.
Mama's crying. Don't make Mama cry. Go in the corner. Not nice. Hello, Glenn. Welcome. I know I said hello in chat, but I wanted to say hello to you out loud on the stream. Let's see.
See, somehow I believe I may see that photo again. What is he talking about?
I don't know. Oh, because Mama does videos.
The screenshot?
Yeah, screenshot.
Okay. Well, he sees it every day because it's on our bedroom dresser. So, I don't put photos on walls, but I do have that one on the dresser.
Yeah, I have wolf pictures. My favorite Bible verse, and then I have my Isabah Black Panther picture on the wall. But we have a shelf of family photos.
Yeah, I would do that too.
No, I'm just putting that back up again.
So there's a common thing around these parts of the world. And oh hey, reseller rowboat, I'm down 14.5 pounds. You are my hero. That's
Right?
awesome.
Good job.
Absolutely. But so okay, as you know, Dwayne and I live in a specific religious area. And one of the decorative things to do, and I know it's not subject just to Mormon families, but Mormon families are great at this. You go walking into the front room, and there is their family portrait of them and their 5 children hanging on the wall. And my mother's an artist. She was. I have a painting right there I could pull off the wall and show you. But anyway, for me, I don't care what other people do. Go right ahead and knock yourself out. But for me, putting the family portrait on the wall, it's like, oh, that's a nice picture. It's not art. Like I said, that's me. And you guys do whatever you want. But yeah, when I see this big old $200 blown up photo of you and your kids, that's not art. So you put that on, like you said, on a shelf. Put that stuff on shelves, put it on desk and dresser tops.
They're littler pictures, you know, they're what, 4x5 or whatever they are. So they're not real big pictures. And you know, we have the top of where it's Tommy's brother and his other brother that passed away. And then we have a picture of Tommy and his mom when he was little. Oh, I should grab that.
Yeah.
I'm showing it. I can't show the other picture that we have of Tommy because it's not appropriate when he was little.
Does it show his bum?
Yes, when it was okay to do that. But here is Tommy and his mom.
And
look how tiny he was. He's so
what year? What year was that?
You know, Tommy, what year was this? I know you're in chat watching us.
It's kind of hard to see it, but it looks like it's a really fun picture.
It's from the zoo in somewhere in Wisconsin.
The glare, because it's for
Okay, let me see if I can get this picture out without damaging it. I don't know if I can. It's been in there for so long.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. Yeah, that looks like it was a very fun day.
Isn't that a cute picture of little Tommy? This is Tommy 2.0. I love it.
That is cute. Let's see, this picture I have here was taken getting close to 20 years ago. There's so Ian, who is now 27. So Jeremy was 1, Natalie was 3. So that means that Ian was 8 there. And even though they have different dads, I think you can see me in all of them, especially Natalie.
Yeah.
Ian is like half me, half his father, separate his personality so much like my father. And then Jeremy has his dad's skin and my hair color and his dad's thickness of hair. Natalie and Jeremy are just like their dad. They have way too much hair. And when Ian was little, because if you could tell, when he was really little, he was super blonde. He's still blonde.
Oh, wow.
But I wanted to grow his hair out. I'm like, let's grow your hair out. And he wouldn't let me. He wouldn't grow his hair out. And now that he's approaching 30 and he's thin on top, he's like, I'm like, now you wish you would have grown your hair out when you were young, huh? Because he had this beautiful, he's a towhead, this beautiful, really blonde hair. But he wouldn't have let me take care of it either, though. He would have fought me on it. So
right. I let Joey grow his hair out now. It's driving me nuts. So when he gets home, I'm having Tommy buzz that stuff. He's gonna fade it, give it a nice shape, but he looks looks like he's not taking care of his hair, which he probably isn't. But I don't like it when it looks like he's not doing anything with his hair, and his
Yeah.
head becomes a basketball shape with his hair.
Yeah, Jeremy has, like I said, he's got very thick hair. It's a little bit long. He had grown it quite long and he chopped it off, which as long as he keeps it clean, I don't care if he's got long hair.
Right.
Oh, Dwayne brought up,
Hello, and Brendan, Resale King, welcome.
our house is so dusty, and then we are awful at keeping up with it too.
We have that issue.
This is the dustiest house we've ever lived in.
We feel the same way about this house. You know, it's.
I guess this is probably the oldest house we've lived in. Not that it's super old, it's just the oldest one we've been in. This house. So the first time this house sold, it sold for like $40,000.
Okay.
And we bought it for $260,000.
Wow.
So I asked my neighbor, I'm like, so are there people on the street whose houses are paid off? And she's like, oh, heck no, we've all taken out second mortgages. I'm like, oh, good. Can you imagine a house payment on a $40,000 house?
Yeah. Crazy.
I know. So 1 year for Dwayne, I took the kids all to get their pictures taken for Dwayne's birthday, surprising with pictures of the kids. But okay, so Natalie here she's got to be 3 because I'm not pregnant. Or is she just, oh crap, I am horrible. My memory. Okay, I'm looking at her teeth. That'll tell me because she had to get all of her teeth crowned because being born early, then she didn't have enamel. And is there a year? Part of why it's hard to tell is that kid didn't grow. And so yeah, she has to be 3 here. Yeah, because I do remember Jeremy at this point when he was a baby. So here, there's my friend took this picture. I was the one who introduced her or talked her into doing black and white. Because she had never done black and white before. I'm like, it's so much fun, do black and white, and so she did it. So now,
Dwayne said that was his favorite picture.
The what?
Dwayne said that was his favorite picture.
And we have one of our daughter, and she's looking through the neighbor's fence, and she's in our backyard, and she ran out there naked, and it's so cute. Is her little tiny bum. But so here, this was Jeremy.
Wow.
He had to have been 2 here. I need to write these dates down before my memory gets even worse. So if he was 2, then yeah, the Natalie was 4, and you can see that she's missing a tooth already, or a couple of teeth, because they didn't hang around long. Well, now we gotta. What does Dwayne think? Are they 2 and 4 or 3 and 5? Yeah. You know how you think you're not gonna forget these things, and then you do.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and there's my oldest son, and see that overjet he has going on. He was so mad because I made him get braces. All 3 of my kids got braces. But I'm thinking 2, 5, and then 9, or no, 10, because it was. I know it was taken in January-ish. 2, 5, and 10. No, 2, 4, and. I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask my kids.
Dwayne said she was being a reverse peeping Tom, naked looking through the fence at the neighbor.
Yes, it was so cute. And she had a ton of hair already. When my friend cut her hair when Natalie was 3, she said she doesn't have kid hair. So only 3 years old, and she already had coarse, thick hair.
Oh,
So
wow.
we could never let it grow very long because she was so tiny that she looked like Cousin It, is what we'd tell her. Because she would just be all hair. We couldn't find Natalie underneath all the hair.
Oh, that's great.
But
Dee said her house, she said, my house was $30,000. We paid it off in about 4 years.
holy crap. Wow. You know, I knew that their house, I didn't know exactly how old, but I knew their house was old. Now, is that the house that I never say it right? I can't do the mama. It always comes out mama. Is that she grew up in that house? Is that correct?
Yeah, Mama's house is 106 years old. Mama, is that where you grew up? Oop. Thank you for stopping by, Sonia. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Get some rest. It's 4:30 a.m. there.
Oh, goodness.
Get some rest.
I saw 4:30 a.m. here.
I did not. I got woke up at 7:25 this morning from Tommy coming in and saying, hey, YouTube's saying you're going live in 5 minutes. And I went, what? I'm like, no. Mama says, yes, I was born in this house.
Okay.
That's cool. But yeah, I had to correct my live for today. I don't know why it said 7:30 this morning. I was going live, but it wasn't set that way.
My sister lived in the house that our grandma was born in for a while, but the gangs were growing because it was on the west side of town, and my nieces were a couple of very adorable teenage girls becoming so. And so my sister was like, I am not having my daughters living in gangland. So she took them from Salt Lake out to the boonies. And I remember the oldest one was furious with her for doing that. And now she still lives in that town out there in the sticks.
Wow.
Yeah, because they did complete a lifestyle change, I guess.
Denise says, my daughter had very thick, curly blonde hair down to her butt. Beautiful hair. Her dad and my sister cut her hair off. Ooh. Yeah. I didn't have that issue. My daughter decided to cut her own hair off. So we had to hide scissors for a long time because every time we would think everything was okay, she'd go and cut her hair again. Mama said, I think I remember my dad saying this house cost about $640. Of course, my dad and my uncle did the work. Wow. I
have nothing. I can't even begin to. I do know that my grandma, the house that my mother grew up in, my grandma said that their mortgage payment was $100 a month. And they had to, sometimes they struggled to get that.
Oh, wow. Yeah. If we had house prices now that like we did back then, shoot, everybody would own a house and nobody homeless.
Heck, I just ask for affordable, that's all. I'm not unreasonable, just affordable. Give me affordable housing and affordable health care. That's all I ask for.
Right. Denise C says, my daughter now has thick, long, curly, dark hair. Wow.
My kids' hair, none of them really changed that much. Hair
color.
Wise.
Growing up, mine got darker. It was a lighter red, and then it just kind of gradually got darker.
Yeah, the three, same. But yeah, how some, my second sister, she was really blonde when she was a kid, and then we were all going to the same hairstylist for a while. A friend of mine, and she told me that the sister who always lightens her hair actually has darker hair than our oldest sister, and none of us had any idea. And I just started laughing. It's one of those great secrets
Right. Dwayne said his grandmother at the time cut off 18-inch braid.
Yeah, he was very proud of his mullet.
Before he went to boot camp. Oh, I do not.
Can it be any more 1980s?
I couldn't handle that style of hair.
No, I didn't care for the mullet either. And Dwayne was very scrawny teenager, and he, like I said, he's got a lot of thick hair. So he probably had more mullet than body.
So he was a Joe Dirt.
I guess so.
Yeah, that's a movie where the guy has a mullet and
yeah, it's a really bad movie.
Plays Joe Dirt.
Yeah.
I'm just like, whoa.
And yeah, Dwayne used to threaten to grow his mullet back, and I'm like, no, you won't. No.
Thank you for coming. Be safe.
And it's good to talk with you.
All right. I have to run to the bathroom real quick and get some coffee. Could you handle things a little bit?
You want me to, I was gonna run and grab my phone so I can show you a picture of my kids now.
I have to go potty.
Okay, you go potty, and I'll move over to YouTube and refresh so that I can see what's going on right now, and we'll handle things for the moment here. I'm waiting. And everyone's like, don't touch your face, coronavirus. And I look at the camera, what I've done, I touch my face. I'm like, oh boy. Maybe I just need to put on dish gloves, keep them on. And, like Dexter's Laboratory, his mother. Wow, my YouTube is taking forever to refresh. Here we go. Okay. And Dwayne putting a quote from Joe Dirt. Yeah, I remember thinking that movie was just really, really bad. But I don't know if I missed anything before that. Nope, I think that Des got it all. And yeah, I'd tell you an entertaining story, but my brain's not really working. And well, thank you, Denise. We're glad that you are here, and thank you for your comments. We very much appreciate them. Yeah. And yeah, like I said, I woke up at 10:30. It's like, oh man. So I am working on 5.5 hours of sleep. I am taking over the world. But guess nothing life-changing is going to happen today. Not on my part. I'm scrolling up here to see if there was anything else. Thinking of Shy Dove and her being born in her house. So the house my grandma was born in, it's still in Salt Lake. And my whole childhood, she had her stories of she was born in 1918, and she was not expected to live because of the pandemic that was going on, the bird flu from 1917 to like 1920. I think it hit worse 1917, 1918. But my grandma did live through it, obviously. And she lived to be 93.5 years old. So,
oh wow.
Yeah, that happening after her parents thinking that she wasn't going to live. So
Wow.
she proved them wrong, didn't she?
For sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
We had Dwayne say nap time after the show. He said he didn't sleep well either. We've been having earthquakes going on here.
That's what I heard the other day. He was in whose chat? Darlene's? Talking about an earthquake that happened. I think it was Darlene's, Nargisar's channel.
And hey Glenn.
Hello, Glenn, again.
And good to see ya. Yeah, Utah doesn't have earthquakes very often, but why not just bring it on, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And Yellowstone is rumbling. So if Yellowstone blows, we have about just enough time to run outside and watch the fireworks before it takes us out.
Holy wow.
Yeah. And then if Yellowstone does blow, it'll eventually kill off the whole world. Let's
not let that happen. Not at all.
So
I am not sure. My other guest should be coming or popping in any moment. I said I had to resend the link.
That sounds like me.
Okay, everybody. This is why I'm super stoked, super excited, super special guest. This is my sister, Tabitha, who is joining us, and her lovely little son. Hello, hello. She may be able to see chat because she is on her phone. So if you guys have any questions for her, and not about me, Dwayne.
About what?
I'm picking on Dwayne, which is Heather's husband, who likes to pick on me. But this is my sister Tabitha, and she is going to share with you her story.
Dog out, please. Please. Sorry.
She's got more patience than I do. But she is the second sister. Okay, out of the sisters, I'm the oldest. She is the middle sister, and then we have one more sister, Samantha. Everybody is saying hello to you. This is her first appearance on YouTube. So,
are you nervous?
Are you nervous, Tabby?
No, I'm just distracted from my children and my dog.
Don't know that one at all. How many children do you have?
Currently, we have 3.
I've got 3.
That
was it. Yeah, 3 was a good place for us to stop. So
we're in the process of trying to foster. We're probably like a few weeks away from being certified.
And very cool. That's awesome.
I'm so proud of her and her family and her husband. So would you like to tell everybody your story?
Okay. What part of my story?
What you wrote to me and had me look over. How you found God and how God helped you.
Well, I guess to start with, I guess I've had many trials in my life. I come from a broken family, and I come from lots of different abuse, mental, physical, sexual abuse. And almost 11 years ago now, I found Jesus, or he found me, or we found each other, however you say it. And I've started receiving healing for my past and different things that had happened to me. And about this year, this year will be mine and my husband's 10-year anniversary. We met a couple of months after I got saved, and then 9 months later, we got married and been together. This year will be 10 years. And yeah, I don't know. Any other
That's
questions?
way, way
You
awesome.
did
I
good.
mean, it's kind of summed up a little bit. There's obviously lots of details in between, but there's probably not that many people I couldn't relate to in some way, shape, or form with my past.
Yeah. And me personally, you know, finding out that I had two sisters was like glory to me. I was mad because they told me you guys were my cousins. But when I found out you and Samantha were my sisters, and then I had another brother, Ryan, like my whole world turned upside down, awesome wise, you know? And I'm so proud of you and everything that you have accomplished. I just absolutely love you to death, and I'm so proud to be your sister.
Thanks. Me too. Gotta be yours too.
You know, and Tabby has helped me a lot too. I was 18, 19 when I found out that you and Tabby and Ryan were my siblings, and
Yeah.
we kept in touch for, you know, we would lose touch and then we would go back. It's like you guys were always there when I needed you guys, especially you, Tabby, and you've helped me through a lot. You really have. You may not know that, but you have. And
Aw.
so I am. We have the same father. We have the same dad.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you have at least one brother with your mom, right?
Yep. So okay, so our family tree is a little weird. So okay, so there's me and my brother Rusty, Tabby, our Tabitha, our brother Ryan, and our sister Samantha. We all have the same dad.
Mhm.
Me and Rusty have the same mom and dad. Tabitha and Ryan have the same mom and dad. And then
Mhm.
Samantha has a different mom, but we all share the same dad. And then I have another brother, Michael, who is, we have the same mom, but different fathers.
And then me and Ryan had an older brother that passed away when
Hmm.
I was 16. He was 18 when he passed away. And then actually, Sammy has one older brother too, so we all have one extra sibling from our moms.
Yeah. Yes, we do. But we're a big, happy family. And I
My
can't wait till we can all get together
my
in person.
or I guess our younger brother and Ryan, we were also in foster care when we were teenagers. So that's one of the reasons that my husband and I are choosing to foster, because I understand the importance of the need of foster care. And when I went to foster care, I didn't feel me and Ryan were separated. So I have a huge heart for sibling groups, because to be separated from your sibling when you're already going through a traumatic situation is really, really hard. Um, so that is something that me and my husband are doing, and why I guess we're doing it, because a lot of people think that when people, I guess, choose to foster or whatever, they're just trying to do the right thing or something good or whatever, which it is nice, it is the right thing, but a lot of times the people either don't have kids, and not always, this is not always the case, but in the classes that we took, a lot of the people that they don't have kids, so they choose to foster, or they do have kids and they choose to foster just to try and help like a need that needs filled, kind of thing, which is great. But I think for me, as someone who's been in the system, I can have compassion, and a different kind of compassion for the kids than someone who hasn't, because um, I wouldn't have known how to respond, I guess, to um, what the kids' triggers are and different things, because I've been through most of it myself. And I think for me, as a teenager, if somebody had been through something that I had been through, I would feel more connected with that person instantly, rather than just going with someone who I felt, oh, well, you've never had problems, you never had issues, you had good parents or something like that. And that's not the case. I've learned since being a Christian that just because somebody is a Christian doesn't mean that they had a good home life. But or even if they did have what society, if they were more wealthy or whatever, would say is a better home life, sometimes there's still dysfunction in the home. I learned that we all have dysfunction, just different levels of dysfunction.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Uh,
Yes.
Dwayne told me to let you know that you need to look up Be the Village on YouTube. It is Cincinnati Picker and his wife, and they talk about their fostering journey.
I was thinking that very thing.
So I will give you that link.
Text that to me because I am like not gonna remember that.
Yep, I sure will. That's not a problem. Yep, not a problem at all. My mouse wanted to take off on me. Let me copy that real
So
quick.
how many watching? Like, is it multiple people? Because
Wait, we got thousands going on.
but you said somebody else said something, so I don't know if people are watching.
Okay, so we have 12 people watching as of right now. And it
Okay.
fluctuates. People come in and out, which is perfectly okay. And a lot of times it gets replayed. You know, people will rewatch after we're done being live. And so more people will see it. Let me find you that link real quick, and because I want to put it in chat as well. Unless Dwayne has the link already. Let's see. Is this it? Yep, I got it. Okay. I have the link. Oh, he already beat me to it. All right. I will send it to you, Tabby. But yeah. What's that?
I got it.
All right. So yeah, I don't know. Can you see chat on your phone? Because I know I never can
Can I what?
see chat. Which
I don't,
means no. You don't see
I
the
don't know.
people type.
I did see somebody wrote something, but I didn't read it. If somebody else writes something, so I can see if I can read it.
Okay. There we go. I just typed something.
Nope. Can't see them.
Yeah, it's okay. You'll be able to go back and watch. I promise.
Okay.
It's fun. We've just been kind of touching base on a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So I'm really thankful that you came on. Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
Yes, I mean, really late. It was crazy at the stores. We left our house this morning at like 8:30. We just got home a little bit ago, and we were using the phones to the children. Like 6 and under, and they're wild.
Yeah, you were saying that you guys were out of a lot of things by you. If you need anything sent to you, let me know.
The stores that we live in a small town, and so the store that we are going to, we were trying to go to Sam's to just see if they had anything, because we go once a month to Sam's, and this is our week to go to Sam's because, why not in a crisis when there's nothing there? And so we went there, and the shelves were like really bare. You were only allowed to buy one pack of water or whatever. And I'm like, well, we usually go through 2 a week, but I'll just buy one. Okay. And there was no meat.
Oh, wow.
So luckily it was an Aldi's. We couldn't find any diapers. I went to like 3 or 4 different stores. Finally found diapers at Target. So it was a lot of driving around to find. But the 2 stores that I found were completely stocked were Aldi was completely stocked. They were out of nothing. So I was like, yay! But Aldi's is hit or miss when just in general of
Yep.
what they do have, because they're just select items or whatever. But the guy at Aldi said that if you go before 12 o'clock, they're usually stocked. That's because they get shipments in every day. So that's why they're able to be so stocked, because they're used to getting shipments in every day. So that's nice. The thing that I found at Target that was fully stocked was diapers. The shelves for the food and stuff was hit or miss, but they just had the rest of what I needed on my list. It was just crazy priced compared to Walmart.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, at this time, all we can really do is pray that everything starts returning to normal.
Yeah, I mean, within the next 2 or 3 weeks, you'd think people would have plenty of toilet paper, right? So we could get them back on the shelves. I mean, everyone's buying it out. That in the next 2 or 3 weeks, you would think that everyone has all the toilet paper.
Right? You would think so, and you'd hope so. Hello, Kelly,
It is
Mom. Welcome, welcome.
insane.
Yeah, we
Say
can't
it again.
figure out what the deal is with the toilet paper, but
So
I'm glad you were able to find stuff that you needed.
I heard that, and I don't know how true or not true this is, but what I heard, because I was asking people as well, and the answer and responses that I got was that there's a shortage on masks or whatever. So people are trying to buy up the toilet paper so that they can use it on a regular basis to cover their mouths when they go out.
Illinois is asking people, was it Illinois or Indiana? Asking people to make masks and donate them to hospitals. And then so they have a pattern, like you can go online and find the pattern. And then you take it to the hospital and they sterilize them.
Is it with toilet paper?
No, people making, no toilet paper involved, but that's what's happening with masks in at least one area.
Oh, that's cool.
A cool idea.
And
can you send that link of how to make the masks and what the material is and stuff?
Here, let me look for it.
Yeah, she got all the creative gene. I did not.
I know how to sew. I don't have a sewing machine. I know the basics of sewing.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it or not do it, but my church and I are involved in just different ministries. And so currently I have a small cough that is almost gone, and it's just common cold. I don't have the coronavirus, just FYI. I'm waiting till it's completely gone just for precaution's sake, but I have been trying to make cookies for this, what they call it, the Parsons House or whatever, and it's a ministry for women in sex trafficking, and they hand out roses and they make meals for the girls, and no pimps or anything are allowed in the houses, just the girls. But when they walk and they hand out the roses and the cards, they also pray with the pimps and stuff sometimes too. So I try to make some of the cookies with the kids so that we can give them there, and then they have, because they always have desserts and stuff. So
we have a friend who she goes around to different I don't know, Dwayne could explain it more, but she's an advocate for sex trafficking.
Wow.
Or for not sex trafficking. But she goes and shares her story with different groups like police and such. Wow. And has worked with various people who, because at one point, being an underage prostitute was something that they would put you in juvie for. Instead of treating you like that you were the victim, they would punish you for having been victimized.
Wow.
Right. Well, it's a lot, and the training process. The ministry is called Out of Darkness, and it's I learned a lot about just a lot of times the women that choose to do those things, they choose to do them. I think they said, and I think at least 95% of them have been sexually abused themselves, and they choose to do that lifestyle. And there's different forms of sex trafficking. It's not just the prostitution on the corner, strippers, and just girls who, I guess, like have sugar daddies, or girls who like sleep with guys for money kind of thing, and multiple guys, and as a lifestyle.
Massage places.
Places, yeah. So there's a lot of different types of sex trafficking, and so I learned that. So
Glenn said
a misled perception of it's some foreign people in a white van who get sex trafficked through hotels or whatever, but there's lots of Americans and just people all over, and the men who desire this and not realizing what the women have to go through to even be in that industry, and the men don't really care.
No. Yeah, Glenn said maids. That maids. Like when you were listing off different.
Yeah,
like maid services.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know, and I would have never, like, when I picture that, sex trafficking, I picture the van, somebody coming up and just snatching you off the street and then ushering you out of the area and stuff. I didn't think that, I mean, I've heard of parlors, stuff like that, but I never really realized how many industries or whatever are involved in that.
I know that Minnesota, where our friend lives, they have a big problem there.
Oh, wow.
And I believe Canada has a lot of problems with it.
I live in Ohio, and it's really big in Ohio too.
Oh, wow. See, now, when I flew down to Florida for Nana's, when Nana passed away, I flew into Miami, and it was just me. And I had and I didn't realize what was going on because I guess I'm pretty naive. But when I got there, Ryan picked me up. Our brother Ryan picked me up. But there was security guards, there was a security guard that kind of followed me out to make sure I got out. And I didn't understand. I had no idea. I mean, I live in a very small town. I'm not raised in big towns, or big cities. And when I got dropped off at the airport, the guy asked me that was checking my ticket. He's like, "Are you traveling alone?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they had a plainclothes security guard follow me to where I needed to go. He told me that this was going to happen, that they were going to have, he did this weird gesture thing, but they followed me to make sure that I got to my plane okay. And they stayed there until I had to board. So they have people at airports for women that are traveling alone. And maybe I just look really naive. I don't know. But I mean, I felt pretty safe when he did that. But I didn't know that it was very bad in Miami. And that's what he was explaining, that, women are kidnapped at the airports and stuff like that. You know, okay.
Well, in Florida, it's easier to be in the industry of sex trafficking because no snow, and you can stand on the corners year round, pretty much.
Like Southern California, where, you know, nice weather year round.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
In it to flip it said, yes, I'm in Minnesota, a lot of sex trafficking, and it's what you would think and also not what you would think. Most of this is forced. No one chooses it.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't know much about it.
I just know things because of my friend who, you know, had shared a little bit, and then I've done a little bit of my own reading online, and just how tragic, horrifying, scary, sad, all the bad stuff, you know, that goes with it. And the fact that it's, you know, larger now than ever before throughout the history of man. And I know that in Thailand, unfortunately, that from what I've been told, that is the what pays the most for the women, and it is European and American men that are their customers.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Denise, for stopping by and hanging out with us. Much love, and go enjoy your movies with your daughters. Glenn says they use women to get other women.
That makes sense.
Sometimes.
Wow. See, this is all new to me. I mean, I don't really understand it very much. This is all new to
me. Yeah, so many scary things in the world.
Yeah, for sure. And I think I'm gonna have to do some research on that because, you know, just so that I know it can be safe. Although I'm too old to be kidnapped in that way. But I want my daughter to be safe. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to do more research, and I mean, she can hold her own. She's pretty spunky, but I still want her to be safe. So definitely want to do some more research on that. I'm writing it down.
There's actually a book. I would not recommend doing the book unless you find someone who can teach the class. But Shelter from the Storm is a really good book for anyone, male or female, who has been sexually abused. But I would not recommend it. There was a group and a facilitator who understood how to handle a trigger and the memories that come up and how to properly pray to receive healing. But the Women's Refuge of Vero Beach in Florida, they teach classes if anyone is in Florida or has a season that they can go to the program to take the classes. I highly recommend it, especially if you've been sexually abused, and if you're a male who has been sexually abused and want to take it, if you call them, then they can help direct you to different places that teach that class in your area. Or even if you're a female and you need somewhere to get in your area for that class, they usually will try and find help if you call them in your area if they can't help you.
Oh, wow.
It's really good. It's horrifying to think. I would say that pretty much all of my friends have been sexually abused in some way. And then you think for each one of them, there's the abuser. And for each victim, there's the person who abused them. And thinking about that, there are that many abusers in the world.
Breaking up really bad.
Uh-oh.
I think you said that for however many victims, there's that many abusers.
Now she's breaking up, so I'm not sure.
Okay, so in it, to flip it says, oh yeah, even look at the Epson case. He was using young women / girls to recruit others. Glenn said Ashton Kutcher. I don't know if I'm saying that right, so I apologize ahead of time for butchering.
You know who that is.
Yeah. Was in to help the trafficking. Like he was trying to stop it.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing him talking to, was it Congress or some big group about stopping it because it's out of control. I remember seeing that, but I didn't understand what he was talking about when I saw it. Like I was like, huh? Okay. I knew it was something bad. I just didn't understand what the situation was.
The entirety of it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So it's sad, that this happens.
Yeah. What's happening to our world?
I'm guessing with my phone, I can't really understand you guys.
Should she go out and come back in again?
Yeah. Why don't you try to pop out? Here, let me pop you out. Don't go anywhere. Let me pop you out and see if this helps, and then I'll bring you back in. Okay. How's that? Oh, I think she's frozen. No?
It's the same.
Okay. So maybe she needs to go all the way out.
Go all the way out of StreamYard and re-click the link I sent you and come back in. So exit out of StreamYard and then come back in through the same link that I sent you. That's my little sister. Do I have feedback, P?
I don't hear it. I hear sounds in your background, but it doesn't sound like feedback to me. Is that a rock light back there?
Yep, I have a salt lamp there.
Yeah, that's it. I meant salt. Yep, we've got a couple of those.
And then I have this one too. This one's my favorite. Oop, let me bring her back in real quick. And the noise you guys are hearing is Tommy sleeping. Okay, how are you doing now? Better?
It's a little bit better.
Good.
Okay.
It's a little scratchy, like.
That's always a problem.
Earlier, I thought I was going to have to redo the stream because I was squealing.
Oh.
I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, Mommy, help.
It seems like, well, because last week we were having issues.
Yeah.
Too. So, yeah, it seems like there's always some kind of a technical issue. Dwayne and I used to have that happen all the time doing the auction.
Yeah, I don't hear any scratching, but let me kick myself out real quick and I'll be right back.
Now I hear scratchy sounds.
Yeah, I hear you clearly now.
Oh, see, yeah, I can't really hear Tabitha. Oh, she went away again. Yeah.
I don't know. Okay.
Always something.
So I can post a link, but I want to ask first. It will give you a good overview of. Yeah, go right ahead and to flip it. That is perfectly fine. That is perfectly
What
fine. That's why I
happened?
gave you a wrench so you guys could drop your links and drop links if you think they'll help. Is that better, Dee? Is that better? I refreshed my whole thing. So
No, it's still messing up.
I think that's your phone, dear. Usually the phone part of it always gets touchy.
Yeah. Seems to be better if you're on
Oh, it's 'cause
a computer than a phone.
Yeah, and she just has her phone. So now that she lives closer, we gotta still get in touch and see each other. So she's our blonde sister,
Mm.
and then
Instead of
our
like 30.
baby. What's that?
That I think it's like 9-10 hours away instead of 30.
Right. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, well, you were living in Florida for a long time. And then you came to Wisconsin. She is the one. Okay, so you remember how I was telling you that my sister, before she got on the plane, bought a pregnancy test, put it on the back of the toilet, told me I could take it. This is the sister when you're in Wisconsin.
Aha.
She's like, huh?
I can't understand. I can't understand you. I'm trying really hard, but it's so broken. I can't understand what you're saying.
Okay. Did you want to head out then?
Did I hold something?
Oh, if you need to pop out, you can. And I can talk to you after.
Okay.
I love you, sis.
Okay. Bye.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm glad she was able to at least share her story before it started messing up.
Right. But yeah, she is the sister that told me I was pregnant with my daughter.
And
She knew. I had no clue. She is the blonde sister. Our baby sister has red hair. She's the only blonde sister, or the only sister that has a different color than most of us. And then Ryan has brown hair. And then my brother Michael has like dark brown hair. But otherwise it's me, Rusty, and Tabby Samantha, who have the red hair. And then Ryan and Tabby have different color hair. So
we pretty much all just have medium brown in my family.
she's messaging me real quick, my sister. Oops. Okay. So, all right. So this is the link you were saying in it to flip it. I know. I have the personality. Wait, blonde isn't a hair color. It's a state of mind. I have the state of mind of a blonde, but I'm redhead. Blech, I'm a redhead. So I'm a combination of both my sisters.
That's funny.
For sure. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, I did get the link in it to flip it. And I think I'll add that one to the description down below after everything's done processing and stuff. But I'm super excited that my sister got to join. It was her first YouTube live, or first time live anywhere. So it's pretty awesome. And I am so proud of her. She's come a long way.
She's got a great story to share. It sounds like a lot of tragedy and pain, heartbreak, but it's great that she's come through it, and now she's trying to help others. That's a wonderful
sure. We'll see you later, Glenn. Thank you for stopping. Yeah, and her testimony, or like her story, she just sent me her story. to share. I'm going to put it down in the description below so that you guys can read it. I hope she can join me again soon. Hopefully we can get her set up with a computer for streaming. Hopefully, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, she is growing up. I had no idea. And if I would have known, like if I would have known that I had a sister or had sisters and another brother, because they were still kind of minors when I was already an adult. And so I would have taken both of them in a heartbeat. They would have come live with me if I would have known, you know, and it breaks my heart that they went through what they went through.
Yeah.
And I'm very protective of them even more, you know. I'm protective of all my siblings, I suppose, because I'm the oldest. But and Tabby she has helped me through a lot of things. She's never judged me. She's prayed with me. She prayed for me. And so I'm really blessed to have her in my life. And I'm just very thankful that she's my sister, you know?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's wonderful.
So, but all right, I suppose we've been on for 2.5 hours.
Oh, wow. Sure enough.
It went by fast. So thank you everybody for joining us. We will see you next week at 11 a.m. Central Time. And it'll be episode 13 next week.
Wow.
I know, it's crazy. It's going by fast. But now that we have lockdown, well, not really lockdown, but now that we have, you know, all this stuff going on, it seems like the days are dragging until Saturday. And then when Saturday gets here, it goes by too fast. So, but again, thank you everybody for coming. Much love to you all. Have an amazing rest of your weekend. And thank you again, Tabby, for joining us. And we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.